Allow me to introduce myself. Who knows what dastardly crime he might perpetrate next?
He's a very clever arch criminal who must be put away. Another innocent victim of a homicidal maniac.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Naledi Majola here, and we are back with another video, guys. New week. We are closing off the year. This is literally the last day of the year, the 31st, that I'm going to be uploading this video. And I just decided that I am going to share with you guys how I go about setting my year up for success. This is not a formula that will work for everyone, so do take it with a grain of salt. But this is what worked for me in 2023, and this is what I'm going to take into the following year. And the apps that I'm going to be using today is Pinterest and Canva. But also do bear in mind, you guys, that before you even get to the pretty parts, to the collaging and getting pictures, it all starts with journaling, with planning your year. Sit yourself down and be honest with yourself. This is where I succeeded. This is where I messed up. This is where I created false expectations. This is where I disappointed myself. And this is where I could improve. Those are the things that are most important, to be able to sit yourself down and say, okay, so this is where we went wrong. So just to be honest with yourself. Naledi, you messed up here. Naledi, you could have done this differently. Naledi, you had this opportunity and you let it go. Naledi, you were given this opportunity and you played with it. And that includes you having an introspection on all aspects of your life, right? Including finances, job opportunities if you are working, or educational opportunities if you are studying, or even both if you are doing both, which is also my case. You can also speak on your family life, on your personal life, relationships if you are in a relationship. Have a session to introspect and to look back on all the things that you have done specifically in this year. Leave aside everything that happened 2022, 21, and every other year leading up to the events of 2023. Specifically start from January. This is what we accomplished. This is what we failed at. This is what we tried to do. We stopped along the way. This is what we failed to commit to. And write down all of that, and by that you're going to be able to see that most likely you have done so much, though not everything succeeded, not everything turned out the way that you wanted, not everything came out the way as you even planned, but you will find that there is so much you have done from January up until December than just sleeping and waking up. Even the little bit of things, if God showed up for you, if you learned prayer, if you learned a verse, if you learned maybe a concept at work, what has to do with concept, maybe you learned a new law. Those are little things. So those are little things that you ought to take into account, because ultimately you'd find that that little lesson that you learned earlier on in the year, you've been able to implement it throughout the year. And for me, I don't know about you, but for me, that alone is an achievement. So I would say it's really worth acknowledging, acknowledge yourself, pat yourself on the back, say, well done. You learned how to let me make an example. You learned how to sew. That's good. Okay, you learned how to draft a contract. That's good. You learned how to draft a CV. That's good. You learned a different topic, or you learned a different concept in terms of school wise. That's good. You met someone who's influential some way, somehow. That is a connection. That is good. Gratify yourself rather on the little things that you have accomplished till this far. So for me, even before I got to creating this vision board, I had already written down that list. I accomplished so much this year, though I'm not going to go into detail about it on this specific video. Perhaps in the new year, if you guys would like to hear more about it and the things I accomplished from my 2023 vision board, I would most gladly do a video, but that will be a video upon request. But for now, I just wanted to teach you guys how to set yourself up for success in the following year. And also, I hear a lot of people saying, don't set unrealistic goals. For me, I like to reach for the sky, right? I like to reach for the sky, though I might not necessarily touch the sky, but the fact that I actually jumped from where I was or where I am right now is a success for me. I was telling my partner that a vision board is not necessarily guaranteed that you're going to have 100% success. A vision board is something that helps you envision a bigger picture, right? It helps you to taste. The Bible says write it down and write the vision down and make it clear. And that's what a vision board is about. It's about writing down the vision, though you may not succeed at it today or this year or in the next 5 years, but you wrote it down, and somewhere down the line you're going to reap the fruits of the goals that you are setting for yourself, and you're going to be able to look back and say, I dreamed about this in 2023, and I wanted to achieve this in 2024, but I was not able to. And here I am 5 years down the line. That also will enable you 5 years down the line to have something you write back on and say, I accomplished this, and this is where it stemmed from. So your vision board is a seed. You are sowing a seed, and you are telling the universe and you are telling God that this is what I want from my future, and this is what I'm working towards, and the Bible also teaches us that God helps those who helps themselves, So take the first step, plan, start by planning, even if you're not necessarily doing anything, but plan it, write it down, write the vision down and make it clear, and know what you're working towards. Don't just go into the new year aimlessly. So yeah, those are my 2 cents on how to actually start the vision boarding process. And then now we're going to go further into what I am doing in this video, right? So as you guys have been seeing throughout the almost 7 minutes that I've been talking, I opened both my boards. I opened Pinterest, and then I opened Canva. Canva is the platform that I'm going to be using to design my mood board. Some people like to Canva it, some people like to Milanote it. Milanote, for me specifically, I use it for interior design. I can't necessarily use it for vision boarding, so I highly recommend Canva. There are free subscription options where you can use a certain, or rather you can use limited templates to do whatever you want to do. It's also great for YouTube intros and such and such and such. I also use that as well for my thumbnails on YouTube. As I said, there's a free subscription, and also there is also a pro subscription where you can pay to get access to more broader templates, ideas, and pre-designed options, right? So on Pinterest, I had already logged in because obviously I was using my laptop, and I just type vision board, right? Because I already have this list down, I already know specifically the kind of pictures that I wanted to download. Like this year, I know that I wanted to focus on content. I wanted to focus on upgrading my sense of style. I wanted to focus on resolving my financial situation, because in as much as I pretty much tripled my salary in 1 year, but I was very, very reckless with my salary, and I'm not necessarily ending the year off on a good note financially. So I decided that I want to work more on my finances. I wanted to have a relationship with God, a more solidified relationship with God. And those that have been following me for a while, and even on Instagram, know that I run. I would do 10 kilometers in the morning, Monday to Friday, without fail, but I have since stopped that, and I would also like to go back into that. So fitness, I want to eat more healthy. I want to start taking my vitamins, because I am obviously heading towards the age of 30, and I want to just take care of my body a little bit more. I want to travel this year, and also my relationship. I told my partner, I gave my partner an ultimatum. I said, I don't want to date for more than a year. I've done the long-term dating, and I am done. We have known each other for years. He's been my best friend for years, and we only just started this year making things serious. So I told him, if you want me to continue, or if you want us to continue with this thing, just know that ultimately it's leading to this or that. So you set a clear vision, you set a clear goal, and you set a clear expectation on all the things that you want. And he was like, okay. So I also am speaking about getting more serious. Even though it's not necessarily marriage, but things need to be solidified. I don't like this thing of Majola, dating unnecessarily, And yeah, I just want to create more opportunities for income. Multiple sources of income would be amazing. So I'm also looking into that. And all of these help you to sort of, or rather the list that you create helps you to sort of gauge the kind of direction that you want to move towards. And I have seen people saying, separate your things into four, separate your vision board or your planning into four, where you have your financial goals, you have your relationship goals, you have your personal goals, and you have your health goals, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. For me, I don't separate anything. Anything I want, I will get. It doesn't necessarily have to be categorized. I can focus on all things financial and nothing relationship. I can focus on all things personal and financial and nothing, relationship and. So I don't necessarily want to box myself up. I want what I want and I will get what I want, and all I have to do is to plan it and work towards it. That is my philosophy. Obviously things work differently for many other people, and that is okay. Different strokes for different folks. That's the thing about social media. Whatever content you consume, take it with a grain of salt, as I said in the beginning, because different strokes for different folks, right? And then after I've saved everything onto my laptop, I will then move into Canva. Now Canva is the pretty stuff, okay? What I use Canva for is obviously to collage, and what I will do is I will pick a template, and a blank template specifically, and then I will start pulling in mainly the pictures before I even go into the codes. Oh, also another thing that I forgot to mention is that also get some codes that speak to you in that time, in that point in time, and the things that you want to achieve. So if you want to show a bit more gratitude, if you want to pray more, if you want to run more, it's okay to use quotes as filler pictures, right? And then it's gonna make sense, you guys. Once you start designing it, it's gonna make sense. And then what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna start exporting all these pictures that I've just saved from Pinterest onto my Canva, right? Preparing to compile this collage, this picture, this vision board. And then what I will do is that I'll go through all the pictures that I saved, all the pictures that I've exported, and see what makes sense color-wise, So I'd like to stick to a certain color scheme, things that make your vision board a bit more consumable and a bit more appealing. Is how you set your colors up, right? So if you're going to have blues and greens and yellows and purples and this and that, it's going to overwhelm your mind. So ideally you want to go with the same color scheme. So if it's a blue aesthetic, you want to go with an aesthetic group, basically. So my aesthetic, as you guys know, even from my house, is soft and neutrals. So every other picture that I have saved and I've pulled from Pinterest, yes, is going to be soft. It's going to be neutrals with a pop of color here and there. But also setting up your pictures on the vision board is going to play a big role on how it looks aesthetically to the eyes. You want something that you can be able to either print out or save on your desktop or on your phone as wallpaper, so that every time you look at it visually, it is appealing. It doesn't frustrate you. It doesn't cause you to want to change it up frequently, right? Or even to remove it from sight. If your aesthetic is more neutral, like it is in my house, I am going to go for more like browns and whites and beiges and blacks, just to stick with the aesthetic of my house, because I do plan on printing my vision board out this year. Or rather next year. I'm going to print it out early next year when I get back to work. We've got a printing shop not far from our office. So, just neutrals, whites, blacks, all the things, all the things, simple colors. And then I'm going to go ahead and start collaging. What you want to do is start with the pictures first, as I was saying earlier on. Start with the pictures and shift them around and more or less place them in the same activity or group, right? So anything to do with education is more or less going to be in one corner. Everything to do with leveling up, whether it's car upgrades, house upgrades, any upgrades you're planning on making, could be in one section. And then traveling and all those things can be in one section. Fitness, one section. Style in one section, and go like that, right? And then you just want to shift the sizes of the pictures around, play with the sizes of the pictures around, decrease some, increase some, crop others, place them strategically. If you feel like there's too much color going on, add a filler picture that is neutral and light, that's not going to disturb. And yeah, just take it from there and enjoy the process, you guys. Honestly, genuinely enjoy the process. This is going to be something that you're going to look at throughout the year and you should be able to love. So whatever that you do, it should speak to you, it should speak to your style, it should speak to whatever it is that you like, it should be true to you. You also need to be able to look at it and say, it makes me so happy. Just the pictures alone, it makes me so happy and it motivates me to do bigger, to do better. And yeah, that is basically how I created my vision board. I hope that you guys enjoy this video and you are taking away something. And if you are, comment down below what it is that you are taking away, what you learned from this video, if there's anything that you learned. And also, if you feel like there's some pointers of improvement you want to share on the comment section for others as well to take home, please, by all means, do that. This is a community, or rather, I'm trying to build a community where people are free to share their things, share their experiences, share their opinions, and for them to be accepted peacefully without causing havoc. Okay, so don't be provocative. Don't go about swearing at other people and calling other people out, right? Please, by all means, don't do that. And yeah, guys, that is how I created my vision board. I absolutely loved how this turned out. And yeah, guys, I hope that you also create something. And if you do, if you learned something from this video and you decided to create something, by all means, do let me know. And we'll just chat about it, right? Yeah, that's it, you guys. That's the video. That's the vibe. And as you guys can see on here, I want to travel more this year. I want to get my passport stamped finally. I've had my passport since 2019 and it's never ever been stamped because we were planning a trip with a friend of mine, but our friendship fell through and I ended up having this passport that I haven't used in years. So that's one of my goals next year. I want to travel. I want to change up my style. I want to play around with my wardrobe. I'm trying to be more corporate, more just simple, neutral, classic pieces. So I'm going to be investing in a lot of fashion, and I am going to be selling quite a lot of the clothes that I have right now. But that's going to come up maybe mid-January. I don't know. It's nothing that I have confirmed as of yet. If I'm not going to sell it, I'm probably going to donate my clothes. So there's that. I want to strengthen my relationship with God. I'm not going to lie, you guys. I am a prayer. I am a prayer, right? I pray a lot. I pray quite a lot. I believe my relationship with God is good. I'm also very close with my spiritual parents. Even when I am not talking to them, they will reach out and be like, baby, are you okay? My baby, are you okay? My baby, are you okay? So I am very much my mom and dad's, my spiritual mom and dad, that is, little baby. So there's that. But I'd also like to develop a strong relationship with God personally on my own, be able to stand on my own, be able to pray on my own. And yeah, so there's that. So style, I want to spoil myself more this year, buy myself flowers. I don't I want to at least buy myself flowers once a month. That is the goal for now. It might be even more than that, but for now, at least once a month, I want to be able to buy myself a proper bouquet of flowers and gift myself just beautiful flowers. I want to get back into running next year. I want to eat healthier. So we're gonna have a major fridge clean out, pantry clean out, you know. And I just want to create more content next year. I want to focus on my content creation. I want to finesse this content creation thing, and I want to grow my platforms. But yeah, guys, that is my goal. Obviously, financial freedom is a given. It is a given. And yeah, guys, that's my goal. That is it. That is literally it. I'm hoping for a great year next year, and I'm hoping for you guys also to experience incredible breakthrough, just, you know, exponential growth, growth that you cannot even describe, man. When people ask you what on earth happened, you're like, listen, if I were to tell you what happened, I'd be lying, because I also don't know myself. But God just came through in ways that I never thought would be possible. I wish that to be your testimony for 2024. And thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. We've grown quite a lot. Literally 2 months ago, guys, we were sitting on 900 and something subscribers, and we had been under 900 subscribers for 4 years. And in just 2 months, things changed. So I am truly grateful to you guys for supporting my channel, for supporting my craft, my work. And it does not go unnoticed. It really doesn't. I appreciate you guys so much, and also just for sticking around. I know that the previous week I didn't upload anything, but that's because obviously I had mentioned that I was going home. But I came back last week and I uploaded, and you know, the train just keeps moving, and we're gonna get better at this thing, you guys. We are gonna get better, and God will make a way for us, as He already has. So thank you guys so very much. I appreciate you, and until next time, God willing, I will see you guys then. Okay. Love you guys.
Blue dude, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit. It's hard to see you when your eyes look dull. Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make